My brain is busy on tonight's pretty evening walk. Thankfully, nobody's really out here, so we've just been able to enjoy this sunset and had a good day of lessons and kind of a wild day of Montessori, and then a very, very good group class. My brain's just running with ideas, and I've got these five principles. I'm playing around with it a little bit. The 5 principles, like if only everyone just did, and even if you only just did these things, what a difference your relationship would be with your dog. And so we were chatting about it in class, in the lesson too, but the lesson was older dogs. So we're kind of dealing with the habits, the naughty habits, and the class was younger dogs, puppies in particular. And so we're catching them before they've developed these things as naughty. And so getting out of the crate, which is like, it's like a door manner, patience, calmness deal, but getting out of the crate, and most notably, people notice it kind of at the Montessori pickup time, coming out of the crates. The dog says, I haven't seen them all day, very excited. And so pointing out the fact that you are a cookie. You are the big cookie. Getting out of the crate is a cookie. Getting out of the car to go for a hike is a cookie. So how are your dogs earning that cookie? And most puppies, as wonderful, adorable as they are, they'll scratch at the door. They'll paw at the crate. They might push it with their nose. They might yip and talk or dance. Kind of bounce up and down. And so what most people do, there's their dogs, very excited to see them. They're very excited to see them back. They will equal that excitement. They will match it. And, oh my gosh, hi, oh my gosh, I missed you. And keep moving towards the crate. And that's the part I'm going to be picky about. While the voice is definitely a part of it, energy is for sure a part of it. But if we can just stop moving towards the crate while the pup is having their oh my gods, what a difference it makes, because they attach that to you. So if they're pitching a fit, good boy, dog, let's keep going, we can loop while I talk, and you move towards them, they're saying come here, and you listen and go there. You've rewarded, given them a cookie for that behavior, that manners, that skill. And so if you just stop in your tracks and help them calm down, so literally stop in the tracks. We're not going towards you while you do that. As soon as they usually pause pretty fast, actually. It's kind of cute, where they're like, hey, what the heck? Then you start walking, and then they start dancing again, and you stop. And they put their feet on the floor, and they're like looking at you confused. Then you start walking. You end up teaching them that calm, feet on the floor, not scratching the door, is how you will get your person. Then your person comes, and then she opens the door, and it's amazing. And then we advance on that. That's kind of like, that's baby step number 1 for it. But that's just that is such a huge deal. Walking, even saying hi, like you're on leash, going up to somebody with their puppy, and you let them, they're bouncing up and down and so excited to see you, which is, the people side says, oh, he's so excited, it's so cute. The dog side literally says, I do this, I get this. And so yes, they need help in that area. So that's 1. 2 plays into that a little bit as far as its attention, what is getting rewarded, and that is the leash pulling. Not so much like, just the drag you down the street. That happens when we don't fix this part. So the part I want to point out is so easy when they're itty bitty too. The first time they try this and you just don't let it happen, boom, you're not going to have pulling. It's amazing. So you're walking your brand new puppy, and things, they're tiny, so they're not pulling at the end of the leash or anything yet because they're little and they're puttering around. But they will see something, smell something, assume something, and they will pull to it. So they smell something fun just off the sidewalk. They will pull towards it. And what happens with our itty bitty little fuzzballs is we will follow them with a tight leash. And I'm emphasizing the with, because you can follow them all you want, but the tight leash follow is the dilemma, because you just taught them to pull and get what they want. Sniff the thing, eat the thing, say hi to the person, whatever the thing is that is the, quote unquote cookie in this moment. That pulling towards gets cookied. And gosh, do they pick that up fast. And so then they have the dog that's just dragging you around because they're used to you just following them. Just literally just following them. They kind of lead the thing and they get to pick, that kind of stuff. So this is a huge step in your walking manners, is if you can just right from the get-go, whether this is a itty bitty baby, a brand new adoptee, you want to try it on your dog who's been walking naughty with you for years. If you do not walk with them when they pull, you stop in your tracks. It means such a psychological thing. Like they go to pull, you stop. We can't go forward. I always tease that it's a little internal mantra of that I literally cannot walk with the dog who pulls. So as soon as they pull, I can't walk. I can't go forward. It can't happen. And so that little pause helps break that sequence. And then of course with leash walking, there's tons of steps and tricks and types for every dog, but just that little bit it really helps. Now on the flip side of that same coin, if you're cool with them sniffing that thing, dog holiday, mind your manners, sniffing the thing, saying hi to the thing, going the direction that they're going, you want to give them permission to do that. So you have them on leash, you say this is cool, loosen up the leash, follow them, loosen it up, let them sniff the thing, then chat with them about keep going, or visit with the person, and then now we're done and we're going. But by giving that loose leash connection, you can give them the cookie, the thing that they're looking forward to, without feeding that leash pulling habit. So that was 2. 3 is is choice. It's kind of what we named it. You think it's your choice. I'm trying to think what Susan Garrett names it, but it's a very similar aspect. We used to call this leave it, but what would happen when we had it named leave it is that people would say leave it. And the idea of the game is not to say anything. And what this one does, it teaches respect about food, in that if food is present, it's not automatically yours. But dogs do not come that way. That is just not how they are made. Food is for the taking. Eat it, see if it gives you a bellyache later, that kind of resolve. So we have to show them that within our society we got this new rules. And so there's an exercise for that everyone should really do. I can't really talk about it or show it here on this lovely walk, but that food impulse control exercise, if everyone could do that, oh my gosh, what a helpful change that would be. And then, so that was 3. 4 is, I'm kind of call it manhandling right now, which sounds kind of weird. I also tease that it's the beat your puppy sort of scenario, but all I'm getting at is that you want to get your dog comfortable with you doing whatever it is you need to do to their body. So most notably, nail clipping. So many people struggle with nail clipping. It rarely has anything to do with the actual clipping of nails. It's generally this disconnect of the dog thinking that it's okay for them to say, don't do that, I don't want that. And while, we don't want to take, I'm not turning them into little machine monsters. Communication is key in all things. But if you teach them to be comfortable and have trust in you doing whatever you need to do to their body, it makes a very, very big difference in your relationship and in things that come up. And so Josie, my deaf girl, for example, we Oh, good. I just thought of number 5. I'm sorry. But we were taking a hike, and, we were here in the mountain deserts. And sure enough, she got a cactus spike. What the heck do you call those? Needle? Anyway, in her paw. So not what you want. She got one, and she, came out limping from the side of the bush, kind of like how you've been seeing them doing. And so I called her over and picked up her foot that was there. This, manhandling, I can pick up your foot no matter where we are. And sure enough, it was right there. Pluck it out. Great job. Off you go. She's happy. She likes that I have handy dandy thumbs to help her out. And so we're cruising more. Well, then she ended up coming up limping again. I'm like, uh-oh, there must have been another one. And they'll do that where, like, it won't be poking at them all the way, but in their moving around, it'll kind of shift. So we stop, and I reach my thumb kind of into her pad, and, oh, silly me, I end up breaking the needle. We'll call it until we Google what it's really called. But I broke it, and so while there was still a little bit in her actual pad, I'd broken the easy grabbable part. And we were walking. We'd walked from the house, so we didn't have the car. We still had a little bit to go. So I didn't want her to walk and push that little bit into her paw any further. So I was persistent in that we need to address this right now on the trail. This is where you should do as I say and not as I do, and bring a first aid kit to any walk you do. But it's so easy to just be like, it's just a quick walk. Well, sure enough, I spent a good chunk of time dealing with this, where if I'd had my first aid kit with my tweezers, boom, it would have been done. But anyway, I didn't. Thankfully, I've got decent little nails. So I'm trying to get this piece, and I just had to kind of get her paw in the right spot and move it in the right spot and get the hair out of the way in the right spot. Just kind of had to work at it before I finally got that piece out. If at any point she had given me grief about poking and prodding into her paw, kind of pulling at her hair, any of that kind of stuff, it either would have taken a lot longer, I might not have gotten it done, and then we would have had extra problems, or just would have been just overall a more stressful, frustrating thing for both of us. But literally, she just stood there. She's like, yep, she'll take care of it. She's got it. It's taken a minute. And it was, it's just one of those wonderful times. I have a bazillion stories that go along to that manhandling trust section. But that's 4. So get the manhandling. And then I was debating on number 5. But when I was mentioning about that, I think I was going to say number 5 is don't teach them shake. And maybe we'll have maybe don't teach them shake as a bonus. But I do not teach my puppies the trick of how to give a paw, shake, high five, any of those. I absolutely do not teach my puppies to do that. I will teach a dog to do it after we've established our relationship, but I will not teach a puppy. The reason, to give you the bonus one before number 5, will leave you in suspense, but the reason is I don't want them to learn that hitting me with the paw, poking with the paw, touching me with the paw gets them cookies and attention. It's so easy when you're teaching your little baby who hasn't learned, steps 1 through 4 already. When you teach them shake too early, it so easily becomes this naughty habit, a demand behavior, if you were, where they will poke you with their foot to get attention. They will, in their moments of excitement, while you're trying to teach them something more serious, like your downstay, they will try and throw their paws at you instead, because normally it works. It makes people happy. It gives me a cookie. So it ends up just getting things so kind of confusing, as well as that little frustrating line. So I'm actually going to do a video because inspired. Eleanor, down there, hey bud, is 4, and she does not know how to do shake at all. I can pick up her feet. I can touch her feet and do everything I need to do with her feet, but she does not know how to give paw, because I have not, like I said, I don't teach my puppies it, and time has gone by. So I think we'll do a little video on how to teach it, and then how to wait, why you should wait. Anyway, but to end the suspense on number 5 is do nothing. It was worth it to say, oh my gosh, look at that. Look at these mountains. I gotta take a picture. Holy moly, staying out longer was perfect. But number 5, do nothing. It's so important to teach your dog to be comfortable doing nothing, hanging out, being chill. Mom's busy. What made me think of number 5 is that in my paw story for Josie, we were literally at the intersection. So we stop at the intersection, and I started poking at her paw, and I was very concentrated on the fact, because as soon as I picked up her paw, it broke. I knew it broke. I didn't want to lose it. So I froze. I was very in the moment of fixing her foot. Once I fixed her foot, I came out of the foot trance and noticed that all the rest of my dogs were fantastically just laying around us, just laying at my feet, waiting for the next thing to happen, because the do nothing when mom is busy is something we have worked on. And so if I just stop here, it might take a second for everyone to realize it, but you're going to get this attention looking. You're going to get this coming back to me. I have said nothing to anyone. Obviously, I'm yakking. The puppy's going to be the one who's going to be most distracted, and Slim likes to wait out there. But if I was truly to just keep standing here and tying my shoelace, getting rocks out of my shoes, getting a drink out of my backpack, you will find this, that we will just chill. They're not as close as I've seen them do before, but we were rocking, the end of 2 miles on this wonderful evening. But if I hung out here long enough, I bet you they would all end up nice and close like Aria did, right, Ari? And Josie's kept creeping up. There's a good girl. But it's amazing how much they will just zoom right to me and hang out. We do have all that spring grass. That's tasty. There she comes. Full puppy realized. Oh, and distraction. But really, like this. I mean, they're not leaving me to the car. They're not off chasing things and being silly. They're, for the most part, I bet you if I turned around and started walking the other way, they'd be right walking with me. But we're not going to do that because we're at the car and the sun's going down. But teaching a do nothing and being comfortable with mom, dad, person being busy and just chilling, wait for the next thing, is another really healthy habit that if everyone did, oh my gosh, the stuff we would do. So anyway, thanks for taking this little walk and chat. I'm not sure if we can think of a more pithy way to say that, but all right, guys, walk in wisdom and walking. Get something. If only most hikes were like this, and that we could just peruse and not run into anyone. I'm so antisocial. I use it all for my clients, and then after I'm done with them, I don't want to see another single soul. But like I said, thanks for listening through this whole thing. Hopefully some of those tips sprung out at you, and I'm hoping that maybe we can establish some more videos and stuff on those, kind of go more in depth to each one. Of course, reaching out to us and doing lessons and classes and all that individual attention, focusing on it is right there as well. So please do. But we'll see you on another time.